Hola chicos y chicas, ¿cómo están? I hope you are having a good day. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, and I'm going to start with coming out with an absolutely outrageous statement. Today's statement is this: God does not want you watching reality TV programs such as Love Island, Geordie Shore, X on the Beach, or anything like that. Now, how can I, a young man from Sutton Coldfield, Birmingham, get away with saying such an outrageous statement? Well, let's have a quick look at what these programs generally include. They grab a bunch of young people, generally good-looking people, to paint this image, this fake image of the ideal perfect, what we should be aiming for as young people or people in general, and what we should look for in other people. They have them walk around TV half naked around these communities with barely any clothes. Their goal is to find love by picking up and putting people down whenever suits their selfish desires. They paint this fake image of relationship, bringing them on this emotional roller coaster, creating temptations, fights, arguments, and this he said, she said environment. In the book of Luke, it talks about the importance of being careful about the things that we watch. Now, I think as a society, we've totally just let that slip. We want to have one foot involved with doing right and being this good person, but we also want to have one foot in being culturally aware with what's going on with the news and the latest TV programs, without realizing that one has effect to the other. Luke 11:34 says this, says, "Your eye is a lamp that provides light for your body. When your eye is good, your whole body is filled with light. But when it is bad, your body is filled with darkness." Chapter 35 says, "Make sure that the light you think you have is not actually darkness." Now, I think it's easy to see it as being, it's acceptable, my friends watch it, my loved ones watch it, it's just the normal in my culture. But is it good for us? Is it good for our system? Is it good for the way that we think? 36 says, "If you are filled with light and no dark corners, then your whole life will be radiant as though a floodlight were filling you with light." Now, I'm sure you've heard the phrase, the eyes are the windows to your soul, and that's perfectly biblical. We as a society, generally, we watch these things over and over again, and we started to become desensitized to the actions that are going on now in real life and the seriousness of them, because Tom, Dick and Harry did that on TV, so that's okay, and generally that's okay, so that's allowed now. We see it again and again and again, and if we're not careful, it starts to manifest in our hearts and our minds, and that turns to actions. You see, the phrase "Rome wasn't built in a day" is most commonly used to inspire individuals or groups of people into believing that this is for the long-term goal. This won't happen overnight, but at the same time, have we ever realized that we could use the same quote for things like addictions and long-term problems that we think are so terrible, but actually could have started off and been dealt with a long time ago when there was something small? See, what I'm trying to say is that you could be watching this video, you could be listening to me right now and thinking, "Oh my goodness, this guy needs to chill out. It's only a TV program." But that's exactly how the problem becomes an epidemic. Now, am I saying that by watching these programs it makes you the worst person in the world? Not at all. When I was baptized, I made a public declaration to turn away from the wrongs in my life and follow Jesus with every part of my life. Does that mean I don't make mistakes? Not at all. But I don't just mean going to church on a Sunday and putting a cross in my bio on my Instagram. No, I mean with every part of my life. I mean with the food that I eat, the clothes that I wear, the things that I watch, the music that I listen to. For example, if I choose to take in good food, that will prevent me from getting ill and it will make me feel good. But if I choose then to take in bad food, in the long run, that could mean that I'm ill more frequently, and it could also result in death. What we decide to put in is most important. But ultimately, this message to encourage you where you're at. You may not have thought about this with such seriousness before, but we want you to take it away to the Word so that you can discern error when it comes to you. What I do know is that God doesn't want you constantly changing to please the people around you. God doesn't want you left by someone just because someone else looks more pleasing to them. God doesn't want people encouraged to talk about you in a negative light behind your back. So if I decide to watch these programs, I don't just risk damaging my own heart and mind, but I risk and encourage the damaging of the loved ones around me.